Hey there, magical internet land. This is Gordon with Foxfire Unlimited. This is an enormous pickups video, like absolutely freaking enormous. I have a lot of stuff here, some of it pretty huge. So I'm just going to dive right in. Like, that's as much introduction as I'm going to do. Right off the bat, as you can see, we have Deadpool looking over my shoulder. I still have a friend that works at GameStop, and so he managed to snag this for me. And that's a lot of fun. It's actually down here too. It was one of the end cap things. But anyway, Deadpool, and if you didn't see it, there's Psylocke, and she's my favorite Marvel character of all time. Love Psylocke. I don't like what they did with her recently, though. But anyway, so there's Deadpool, and that is probably going to trim that down and then put it up on my wall in my bedroom. Anyway, moving right along, there's something else that you can see. There's an enormous... Holy crap! An enormous box right here. It's an Atari 5200. My very first game that I ever played, trivia question in case you actually for some reason follow me, I was like 3 years old maybe, and it was a game of Joust in the arcade. And it was at a pizza place in Ligonier, Pennsylvania, and I was waiting to get pizza, and I don't know if he was my uncle or something like that. Wait, that doesn't sound good. Anyway, but it's these people that owned a farm that used to babysit us, basically. And they took us to get a pizza, and there was a Joust thing there. And so they actually, whenever I was 3.5 years old, they gave me their Atari, it was a 1978 original model Atari Heavy Sixer, and I still have it to this day. Actually, it's laying right there on the floor because I was playing it with my downstairs neighbor just yesterday. So anyway, Atari 5200. I have had a... Oh, geez. This is the enormous thing that's bigger than the PlayStation 3. I've had a 2600. I have several 2600s. I've had a 7800. And I've never had a 5200. I've only ever seen one 5200 ever in my life, like in person, because Pittsburgh's sort of a dry area for finding stuff in the wild. But anyway, so I got 5200 in the box, and this thing, I'm not going to actually open it up, but this box is in exceptionally good condition. I mean, it has a couple, as you can see, like a little things here and there, and it's got the actual glue, but that's pretty standard. But what's cool is it still has some price tags on it, so that's just really cool. And this thing came out in 1982, so I'm really happy about that. And then some of those people's pictured on there are pretty crazy. I don't know if you can see those. Try and blow it up if not. But anyway, yeah, this system itself is actually bigger than the PlayStation 3 fat model, and it's probably just as heavy. I need to find a trackball for this now so that I can play some really awesome games. But the cool thing about the 5200 is the library. I think there's only ever, 69 total games that ever came out for it. And they're pretty much all good games. I mean, good for back then. But I paid $50 total, and I got this that came with it. First off, it's really difficult to find one of these lids that is still in any kind of good condition because they always cracked and people threw them away. But this is actually a stand for your games, and the 7800 sits right in there. And a lot of these games that came with it are still in the original bags that they came in with the manuals, and they actually have if you remember how the Jaguar had the controller overlays that you put... Oh, let me turn my phone off. Sorry. Blooper, I guess. Outtake, whatever. Anyway, but they have controller overlays that you put on the actual controller over the number pad so you know what buttons are which. And these still, like a lot of these still have it, and it's really cool, but there's actually 22 games here. Kind of crazy. 5 of them are actually boxed, and I don't know where they went right now. I think they're in on my bed. Anyway, but, I mean, there's, like, some good games here. Moon Patrol, that was always my favorite. Super Breakout, Star Raiders, Pole Position, Centipede, River Raid, Jungle Hunt, Kangaroo, Quicks, that's Super Breakout, Star Raiders, Galaxian, Dig Dug, Ms. Pac-Man, regular Pac-Man, baseball, pole position defender, football, and then this is a weird one. I can't wait to play this. The Dreadnought Factor, and that's supposedly one of the more rare ones. It's not an expensive one, but it's pretty rare. And also I hear it's actually pretty good. So anyway, all of that I found on Craigslist for $50, and I was going to make a purchase off of my one Facebook friend. His name's Christopher, but because he runs an online importing store at windygames.com, I think it is. Yeah, if just do a search for Windy Games, W-I-N-D-Y Games, and so there's that for you, Chris. But anyway, so that's where my money went. Sorry. Next paycheck. Anyway, so other than that, I did buy something else off of Craigslist. Someone threw up an ad, and it looks like they were just cleaning out a storage shed, and they had $30 takes it all. And I was like, well, I work tonight, and they're like, well, tell you what, you don't live too far away. Throw in another $5, I'll bring it to you. So I was like, okay, $35 for everything. And I'm going to just go through this as quick as I can because there's a lot of random crap here. There's a whole big tote of random wires. There's a PS2 multi-tap. There's a case for a Nintendo DS. There's RF adapters for God knows what that's for. PS2 extension cables, Game Boy cases, PSP cases. Just a multitude of stuff in here. Plus, there's like an Xbox 360 headset. So, hey, you know what? That's just the beginning. That was just the stuff that was sitting on top. Let's see. Let's do this one next. Now, do you remember what I was telling you guys about the holders for the Ataris were really common? Guess what? There's another holder right there. See how the system sits right in the holder there? It holds the controllers and then a bunch of games and whatnot. So this was in there too. It is in really, really pretty dirty condition, but after I get done with it, it's going to look almost brand new. But anyway, so it came with a bunch of games, paddle controller. The controller that it did come with doesn't have the actual top on it, but that's alright, I have extras. But it's got everything there. It's one of the later Sears models that only has the 4 switches, but that's fine. See, 4 switches. And then we've got games here: Pitfall, Gravatar, Battlezone, Asteroids. Well, I don't know. I think they call it Asteroids Plus because it's actually hyperspace and thrust control, and it's Asteroids, but it's got extra stuff on there. Phoenix, Taz, and yes, that is the Tasmanian Devil on original Atari. Combat. This was a great game. I loved playing that as a kid. And then again, I don't care what people say. I had fun with it whenever I was younger, so, you know, just whatever. Yeah, it doesn't have an ending. Yeah, it's like an impossible game. Yeah, there's not really a point to it, but you know what? It's fun for just a little kid to just walk around. Alright, so moving on. Centipede, Bowling, Super Breakout, Space Invaders, the Blue Label one, Defender, the Blue Label one, Dig Dug, another Centipede, Astro Blast, Super Cobra, Space Attack, whoa, Seahawk, and then I don't even know what this is because the label's all worn off, so I get a mystery game. It's made by Mattel though, so it could be something really, really rare and expensive. Although, you know, with the condition it's in, it's probably crap, but whatever. I don't really care. So, there was that. I'm not done yet. There was this in there. This is just one of those things that you plug in, but this is in like brand new condition. The guy said he used it twice. I don't even think he used it twice. It's nuts. This is in perfect condition. The box is beat up, but I'm going to give this to my sister because I didn't have a birthday present for her. And long story short, she doesn't really take care of her games anyway, so I don't, you know, give her something disposable. Alright, so moving on. That's not all. There's more. Box of random stuff. Alright. First off, I'm going to set this off to the side. Let me try and hide it here. Okay. Successfully hidden because that is the real gem. Alright, so there's this thing here. This is called a V-Migo. I guess it was something that was like the VTech thing, but it's got a little portable thing here, I guess, and it plugs in right there, and it's got a controller, and it has dog stickers. I don't really care about this. If anyone knows anything about this, let me know, because it's not even worth it to me to Google it. I honestly just don't care about it. There's a system selector. Oddly enough, this is the exact same one that I have 2 of that I use. Let's see what else here. We have Road Rash for PC in the box. And it's got the manual and posters and everything in there, so that's kind of fun. We've got Driver, Robotron X, and those are on PlayStation. We have ATV Off-Road Fury 2, or no, the first one on PlayStation 2. We've got a Jam Pack Winter 2003 for PlayStation 2. We've got Xbox 360 games, Cabela's African Safari and Cabela's Big Game Hunter in 2010. So I don't really care about these. These are probably just going to end up trade bait. But hey, you know what? Xbox 360 games. Moving on, we have, I don't think this was meant to be in there, but it's a G.I. Joe cartoon. We have Dead or Alive 3, and it's complete. It actually has all the extra crap in there. Midnight Club on PlayStation 2, Smuggler's Run, a good one, well, Dark Cloud, and this game is perfect in there. It doesn't even look like they even played it. Then we have Cabela 2005, Deer Hunt. We've got a Wii game, Remington Super Slam Hunting North America. So, hey, Wii game in there too. And then, this game was stolen from me, and I never really thought that I would be able to find it for a price that I would be willing to pay for it again. So I'm very excited. It's not complete, it doesn't have the manual, but Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance 2. So, I'm going to be playing this one probably next week, because you'll see what I'm playing after I get to it. But anyway, so there's a whole handful of random manuals here. There's Test Drive for PlayStation 2 and Unreal Tournament Disc 2, and these look like they are not going to be working, but hey, whatever. We have Xbox demo. We've got a bunch more Xbox demos. A ton of Xbox demos. Hey, Call of Duty 3 on Xbox 360. And the Need for Speed on PC. And let's see if there's Monster Jam on PlayStation 2. Xbox demo, Xbox demos, Xbox demos, Xbox demos, more Xbox demos. Yeah, all Xbox demos. Anyway, so there's that. And then PSP movies, UMDs, Mr. Deeds, which is a phenomenal movie, honestly. It's a really good movie. If you haven't seen it, watch it. It's really, really funny. And then Hellboy, which I didn't really care for those movies, but hey, you know what? I don't really care. It was all 35 bucks. And then there's one more thing that came with this, and this is what made the find just incredible. They said that it's bricked, but I looked at the battery, and obviously there's a problem with the battery. It's swollen and it's not going to work. So I've actually put my other PSP battery in it, and it works perfectly. There's no charging cable, but hey, it's got the box, and it's got the instruction manual still in the bag and everything. So it was a PSP. So all of that for 35 bucks. So that's pretty crazy. And I'm going to leave this battery out because I think it's about to actually explode. And I don't want that exploding anywhere near anything important. So, and of course I put it by my expensive stuff, so I'm going to put it over here. Alrighty, so there's that. Moving on to other stuff. Let's see here. I got... Yeah, let's go with this one. Well, I'll keep that with the other stuff that came with it. This I got for, I think it was $5 from Best Buy. I was a huge fan of the original one on DS, and you know what? It's fun just to kill time with. Like, if you're laying in bed, can't sleep, it's a good game. I definitely suggest picking this up. Also, Picross, if you can find it for cheap. Those two games will keep you busy for weeks on end. So there's that. Now then, let's go with there. Yeah, let's go with this. There's a Christian thrift store right next to my house that I hardly ever go to because they don't ever get anything actually good in, ever. And they're never open either. They work completely on volunteer, so if no one volunteered to work that day, the store's closed. But anyway, so this is some good stuff that I got. I got Siberia 2. Normally they sell their games for $8 a piece, which is ridiculous, but I told them these are really old PC games, which is true, and they sold them to me for $1 a piece. So Siberia 2, this is actually an incredibly good game if you like the type of like mystery style of games with the great graphics and all that kind of stuff. Next, second copy of Doom 2. Can always use more of these. And I will pay $1 for a copy of Doom 2 all day. And then this is kind of cool. I've never seen it in this iteration of it before, but Final Doom in the weird cardboard flip case. So that's interesting. I've never actually seen it sold like that, as I just said. And then this is a good find here. The Duke Nukem 3D Plutonium Pack. This is, I'd say this is one of the more rare mainstream PC games to come out, just because this is Duke Nukem 3D. This is like everything that you could possibly want for Duke Nukem retail. So, the Plutonium Pack for Duke Nukem 3D. So there's that. Then, I got these at half-price books, just because these games are way too awesome to pass up. $4 each, and I used to have them, but they were, again, most of my stuff was stolen from me. But anyway, Tenchu 1 and Tenchu 2, both of these are superb. And then Tenchu 3 came out, and then it just started going all downhill. But anyway, so this is really cool. The original Tenchu was made by the same exact people who make Demon Souls and Dark Souls. Yeah, From Software is the people who are responsible for this game. Isn't that cool? So, there's that. Moving on, we have... yeah, we can do this one next. Okay, so these are Goodwill finds. I normally don't shop at Goodwill because Goodwill is the biggest scam on the face of the planet. They have zero overhead. They don't give a single red cent to any charity ever. They are a for-profit business. They have zero overhead, like I said, because everything that they have is donated to them. And it's ridiculous. It really is. Goodwill is the epitome of why the rest of the world hates us, because it's a scam. Goodwill is a scam. I'll just put it that way. And if Goodwill lawyers want to come after me for saying that, hey, you know what? You go ahead and defend yourself from saying that, oh yeah, we call ourselves Goodwill and we basically fool the public into thinking that, oh yeah, your money's going to go to a good place. Our frickin' pockets. So anyway, that's Goodwill. But these are Goodwill finds. $3 a piece, and actually I got them for 50% off because, you know, random... I'm good at talking people down. Anyway, original copy of Halo. So, you know what? $1.50 for that. I'll take that. And it's not the greatest hits version either, so that's good too. PlayStation 2, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. This one's the cel-shaded one, if you can see. And it's not a bad game. It'll keep you busy for like 4 or 5 hours, and it's co-op too, so, you know, it's not bad. And then these I actually did pay $3 each for, and these are, if you look up the rarity charts on the regular Xbox, these are two, I think they're both in the top 10 or top 15 rarest games on the system. The Xbox itself isn't really that expensive to collect for, especially nowadays, because, I mean, even Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is down to like 25 or $30 complete in the box. I don't know why a lot of Xbox isn't really that expensive, because Xbox really was, the original Xbox, the real Xbox One, it was a very good system. But anyway, Sonic Mega Collection Plus, and it has, I think, 300 some levels, yeah, 300 stages of Monkey Ball on there too. So it's all of the Sega games plus a bunch of extra hidden games, all that other kind of stuff, plus Monkey Ball on there. And it's, you know, but the reason why this one is rare is because it came out towards the end of the system, and that's when everyone was already buying up Xbox 360 games. Retailers just didn't really carry it, and it came out as platinum hits. It was, to my knowledge, it never came out as regular. This case is a little bit like it's missing it looks like it was cut out. I don't know if you can see it on there, but anyway, so the case is damaged because the plastic is cut, but you know what? I'm fine with that. And then this one is, oddly enough, because the PlayStation 2 version of this game, Star Wars Battlefront 2, is only, you can get it for, in the box, complete for PlayStation 2, for a penny plus $3.99 shipping on Amazon. Whereas this one, I've seen it go upwards of $60. So, hey, $3. I'm not complaining with that. And it's still got, like, the seal on it. I mean, it's not still sealed, but, you know, it's got everything to it. It's in perfect condition. The disc is still, like, not even touched. It's a flawless disc. So, hey, I'll buy that for $3. Okay, moving on. More Best Buy. I got 2 copies of this, actually. One for my collection, which I'll probably never even open, and one for trade bait, just because it was only like $7. And it's 30 great games, Obstacle Arcade Family Party on the Wii U. And the reason why I got it is because I didn't even know what it was. I just saw, hey, Wii U game for like $7. So, and it's weird. I actually didn't mean to get 2, but someone got one for me. And so anyway, but so yeah, trade bait. And the weird thing is, like, if you actually see this game, it's for like 3 to 5-year-olds. It's really kind of crazy. So, you know, hey, whatever, it's a Wii U game. And I only had Mario and Nintendo Land before, so I'm fine with that. So, moving on, let's see here. I got this, which I'm very excited about. I don't care if people call it a bad game or not, I like it. I poured a lot of hours into this game whenever the PlayStation first came out. It's a launch game. It's in the long box. I got it for $7 shipped. Kilik, the DNA Imperative. It's a first-person shooter where you play as a dude in a mech suit in Antarctica. Yeah, you can see I'm watching, if you see my TV, I am watching Archer on Netflix. But anyway, so Kilik, the DNA Imperative. It's not a good game. I almost said it was a good game. It's a fun game. It's not as refined as everything else, but it was a PlayStation launch game, and it was, and my understanding is the reason why they made it, and the reason why it's, you know, it kind of feels rushed, is because there was a game for the Sega Saturn that was a launch game called Robotica, and everyone saw that game, and it was a first-person shooter. You were in a mech, and everyone saw that game, and they're like, "Oh my God, that's what the new systems can do!" And so that's one of the games that did sell. The Sega Saturn was Robotica, so they wanted to have one that looked almost exactly like it to show off the PlayStation, and it didn't really work. But hey, you know what? It's a fun game. The case has only got one tiny scratch right here, and honestly, this was sold in very good condition. This is brand new. Here, listen. That's brand new. The disc, completely untouched. I played it once. The only thing this didn't have on it was the seal. But this was brand new, and I am so happy I got that. So that's that. Moving on. I am a part of a video game trade group, and Gabriel Lazo, I gave him some, I don't know if that's how you pronounce his last name, Lazo or Lazo, L-A-Z-O. Anyway, he sent me some good stuff. You know, I paid him for it, but hey, you know, that's fine. Trades are trades. So this, and some of that over there, which I'm going to have to reach for in a second, is the stuff that I made a trade with him for. First, I got this just because it's just goofy. Like, Oktoberfest for the Nintendo DS. Yes, it's an import game, and the 3DS is region locked, but I still have my DS Lite. I have the Pokemon Diamond and Pearl Special Edition. I think that was Diamond and Pearl. DS Lite. So I still have that. So I'm just gonna play this just because it's just goofy. Like, here, you can see the back of it. Here, it's just that's just people see that in my collection. They're like, wait, what the heck is that? Oktoberfest the game. Let's get drunk on our Nintendo. Yeah. I got this one because a friend of mine, he said he'd sell it to me for dirt cheap. I don't even know what it is, so if any of you guys know what it is, let me know. But I have a friend who's a sucker for those Japanese dating sims, and so there's this. But it's a Japanese sort of like a dating sim kind of thing on the Dreamcast. So if any of you guys know what that is, feel free to chime in and let me know. I know I've seen the characters before. It says it's that, but I have no idea where the series is from, and I haven't Googled it yet. And no, I did Google it, and not really anything came up. So there's that. Aladdin on Genesis, just because I didn't have it. And the case has got water damage, but it's 100% complete, and the cart looks brand new, so happy about that. Let's go with this one next. Evil Dead Regeneration on the PlayStation 2. I'm just a big fan of Evil Dead. If you watch my videos at all, my collection video, you know I have pretty much all the Evil Dead movies, all that kind of stuff, multiple versions of each one. But anyway, so yeah, Evil Dead. This game is terrible, absolutely terrible. But hey, it's Evil Dead, so whatever. It's mine now. Let's see. You guys know I'm a huge fan of Dark Souls and Demon Souls, so I couldn't. This is what started the whole trade with him. There's no manual in this, and it's got a sticker on the back. But hey, you know what? The only other copy of Kingsfield 1 that I have right now is sealed, and I'm not opening it up. So hey, I have one I can actually play now. So I'm excited. And exciting gameplay. Amazing realism. Yeah, PlayStation. Kingsfield. Made by From Software. So good stuff. Xbox. Futurama. Good stuff. Well, the game's not really that good, but hey, it's funny, and it's Futurama, and I didn't have it, so, you know, and he gave it to me for dirt cheap. People are telling me that this is like a $40 game, and I don't think so. Like, I keep on seeing it on eBay and Amazon for like $10 to $15 shipped, so, you know, whatever. However much it's worth, he said he only paid $1 for it at a thrift store or something like that, so he let it go for cheap, and I'm happy, so. Anyway, and then Gun Valkyrie. If you have an original Xbox and you do not have this game, you need to buy it immediately. This is a $1 bin game. I have like 4 copies of this filed away. One of them is sealed, and this is one of the absolute best games ever to come out on the Xbox. This game is, the controls on it, the learning curve isn't like one of those nice kind of things. The learning curve is straight up and then over. But this is essentially, like, the way I describe this, cross Dragon Ball with like how they fight in the air with like a mech suit. And because in this game, once you get really good at it, you'll touch the ground maybe 3 or 4 times in an entire stage. But you have to be really, really good with the Xbox controller. And I suggest the hamburger controller with this game over the regular controller, just because because you have to click the sticks in order to dash, and your thumbs are constantly moving and clicking, and your thumbs will get little 6-pack abs after you're done playing that game. So there's that. And then let me reach here so I can grab the other stuff that you sent me. There's this game. I don't know what this is, but I know I've seen it before, and but it's sort of like an RPG, sort of like Goemon or Legend of the Mystical Ninja. It's made by Chunsoft. I'm probably gonna throw it in there, play it a bit, and you know, hey, whatever. It's a fun little distraction. So that's an import for the Super Famicom. Then this. I've had my eye on these for a long time, and I just wanted to own them. The first one you can't really do much with because it's all in Japanese, but the second one, the only thing that's in that you can not get in English on it is like the opening menu, I think. Everything else in it is English, but it's called, I don't know why they're called Super Dante, but it's RPG Maker for the Super Nintendo. You literally make your own RPGs. So isn't that kind of cool? You write your own dialogue, make your own NPCs, tweak the battle system however you want. And then the second one, Super Dante RPG Maker 2. Now, yes, you are seeing this correctly. It is in a larger box. And the reason being is because this actually is special in that this is the cart. here looks a little bigger because it is. What they did was there's actually, it's, from what I understand, incredibly rare, incredibly expensive. There's a memory card that'll go right in there, so you can actually you know, play this and make huge RPGs. But so RPG Maker 2 on the Super Famicom. So, and it's got an enormous book that was just falling out. Anyway, so there's that, and that was my trade with Gabriel. So thank you, Gabriel, and look forward to trading again with you. Anyway, so moving on. There's a store near my house called the Game Master's Realm, and we went to the Magic Core Set 14 pre-release. Alpha, Mega Sin, and we went there and we played, and it was the first time I played Magic in probably like 8 years. But we were there a week or two previous to that, and he had a defective Super Castlevania 4. I view this to be on par, if not slightly better than Symphony of the Night. I love this game. I love this game. But anyway, the cart was absolutely dirty. I guess he has people that do repairs and stuff for him, and even he said that they said they don't want to spend the time. Could they get it to work? Yeah, like 50-50 chance they could get it to work, but they just didn't want to spend the time on it. But all I did, I cleaned it up. If you look, that looks almost brand new. The sticker's got some issues, but all I did was I opened it up, made sure everything was clean, popped it in. Hey, it works. So, and but how I got this, he's a fan of the Red Mage from the original Final Fantasy, so I made him some perler art of the Red Mage, and I made him the Red Mage from the actual map, because he already has the Red Mage from the fighting sequences, and I also made him the battle sequence Red Wizard to go along with his Red Mage. So, but I gave him those, and he gave me this. So hey, Castlevania 4, I love that, and I've already played it and beat it like 2 or 3 times since I've had it. And then this I got for $13 shipped, and I'm so happy about this because I don't care what people say. I love this game, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest, and this is complete in the box. It has the poster and everything. If you've never played this game, and the reason why you've never played this game is because people just keep on saying it's bad, play this game. It's actually really good. Whenever I was younger, I would actually this would be what I would do one day if I had nothing else better to do in summer vacation. I would go to karate in the morning, and then I would come home, and I would literally play the entire way through this in one sitting. The game's, if you know what you're doing, you can get the whole way through the game in like 12 hours. Maybe 15. I don't know. Something around there. All I remember is I remember playing this from about noon until like 5 o'clock the next morning and beating it. So, Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Superb game. I don't care what people say. Let's see what else here I got. One more thing here. I got this. And I paid 99 cents plus shipping, and I don't care. I like tactical RPGs. So, it's the pillowcase from Record of Agarest War. This is Ellis, and this is the one that came in the really naughty edition for the Xbox 360. But I just got this. I'm probably going to end up framing it, just because it's, whatever, it's nice art. It's not, there's not even any panties showing or anything in that one. So anyway, there's that. I do need to get up and grab one other thing real quick because it came today and I've been waiting for it for over a month. And yeah, so I'm excited that it finally got here. And I only paid $40 for it. And the box is really it's seen a lot better days, but they only really sold these at GameStop, and we all know how GameStop takes care of their inventory. But hey, look at that. Record of Agarest War, the really naughty edition. And if you don't know what the game looks like, see, tactical RPG, good stuff. But this came with, and I'll show you the box here. There's that. There's naughty swimsuits, girl eating a banana and giving a massage to another naked girl at the same time for no apparent reason. A girl eating ice cream and somehow getting it all over her face in a very suggestive manner. Then there's that, and that, and that, and then that for some odd reason, because, the Japanese are suggestive like that. But yeah, it comes with, it's got a sealed pillowcase in there, so now I have two, and then it's got the game. Both discs in absolutely perfect condition. And yes, it does have the booby mouse pad, and yeah, so, but it actually, the boobs are contoured in the mouse pad. That's just, I'm not actually going to use it, but that's just really funny. Like, why would they do that? Like, why? Anyway, and then the last thing, something that I've been waiting for a year and a half now, Vanillaware. They put out a game. What they did was they needed a publisher for it, so apparently they told their potential publishers, hey, we need money to finish this game. It's like 75 to 85% done. But, you know, it can be a PlayStation Vita launch title, and it can be cross-play, and it'll be $70, and you get both the PlayStation 3 disc and the Vita card, and it'll be awesome, and you can cross-play it, and you can do all this other kind of crap with it. And then all of a sudden, Atlas picked it up, and they were like, all right, let's do a launch game for the Vita, and then Vanillaware was like, oh, wait, it's only 10% done. Yeah! So, we've been waiting for it, and waiting for it, and waiting for it. And hopefully you guys already know what it is, but I got both versions, and instead of 70 for both, like they said, it ended up being 90, because they're not even being good, and even though it's the exact same game on both, although the Vita version does have significant slowdown in parts, Dragon's Crown on PlayStation 3 and Vita. So I ended up dropping $90 on this crap. And it's really not crap. The game is actually pretty superb. The frame rate on some of the stuff could be a lot better. But honestly, I'm very happy with the game. It'll do until Dark Souls 2 gets here, honestly. And, you know, all the other stuff that I have to play, too. But at the same point, the game is just beautiful, just like all Vanillaware games. And I find myself playing more on the Vita than I do on my actual PS3, just because I find myself playing, one, at work, and then two, if I'm at home, oddly enough, I sit on I lay back on the couch here, and I watch Netflix. Like, I have Netflix on, like, I watch Justice League Unlimited or something on Netflix, and I'm just playing it on the Vita, and, like, offline mode, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, so that's Dragon's Crown, and that is my enormous pickups video for like the past month, and it's been a busy couple of months. Yeah. What I'm doing next is I'm going to update my collection, because it's been over a year, and basically I'm going to put all this stuff organize it on my shelves. Then I'm going to do a whole entire collection video, because people in my trade group have been asking me to do that, so they know what I have and what I don't have. And yeah, so that's that. Something that I've had an idea about doing, there's a couple of people in my trade group who really like the way that, like, I do what I call quick and dirty reviews. Someone will ask how a game is, and I give it a score first, and then it's only maybe one or two very short paragraphs about why that game got that rating. You know, so if you guys are interested in actually me doing like 1-minute game reviews or anything like that, feel free, message me and tell me what game you want. Like, it could be a game that you've played to wonder how like how I feel about the game or anything like that. I will warn you guys that I am extremely tough with my rating system. Like, even Dark Souls, as much as I love that game, it's probably only like a 9.25. You know, so I'm very strict with my guidelines, but and reason being is because I don't feel that any game is absolutely perfect. But long story short, if you guys want me to do something like that, I can do that for you. Just let me know what games you want to know about. If you haven't played it, if you have played it, whatever, I don't really care. And yeah, I actually just got back from endurance class. Actually, there was 2 endurance classes tonight that I took at the dojang. It's the Korean word for karate school. Anyway, so I'm gonna go take a shower because it's muggy, and you guys have a good time. And if you have any questions about any of the stuff that I got here, or if, I mean, I'm open to trades, so if it's not something that I particularly fancy, like Kingsfield or anything like that, then I'm probably willing to trade it if you have something that I would like. So feel free to do that too. And I'll leave that there. So for all the people who made it this far in the video, thanks for watching, and you guys have fun. But wait, there's more. I actually forgot a box. There's a box in the other room. It's got and it came with the stuff that I paid $35 for. So that's where it came from. But it's got a driving wheel for the PlayStation 1. It's got a driving wheel for the PlayStation 2, the official NASCAR one for the PlayStation 2, actually. So that's kind of interesting. But not that I'll ever use those. But anyway, so it came with that. And it's got the guitar stand and the drum set for Rock Band on the Xbox 360. And that's not all. The reason why I forgot this is because I'm actually sending this to my good friend Eric Dreamcast. And it's got Dreamcast, which I just tried it out, and it does work. This was absolutely yellow and horrible looking before I got to it. I wish I would have taken a before and after picture, because this was... Eric, I cleaned it up. So anyway, so there's that. And then Dreamcast controller, I tried it out, all the buttons work, and there's a VMU there with it too, and there's no dead pixels on it, so that's good stuff there. So anyway, I'm going to mail that out to you hopefully tomorrow. I'm actually going to get your address tonight. But then there's that. So $35 for all that, plus the PSP. Anyway, so I'm happy with my past 2 weeks with finds and stuff like that. This kind of a new sensation for me. I don't normally get that lucky. So anyway, so yeah. All right, now you guys are free to go. Have fun.